Hello and good day to one and all. Dr. Frank is back with another set of predictions. It's Saturday. Got a few games that we're looking at in the premiership. Yesterday, of course, the prediction was void because obviously Jay Rodriguez didn't start the game. But hey ho, we move on to today. We've got four matches that we're going to be looking at in the premiership. You know the drill. We like the content we continue to bring out. Like, share, subscribe, retweet, follow. Positive, negative comments, keep them coming, of course. First match we're going to be looking at is going to be Arsenal versus Nottingham Forest. Now, we know the last time Nottingham Forest played Arsenal at the City Ground, Nottingham Forest got the better of them. However, a lot of people were saying that happened because by that point, Arsenal mathematically could not win the league. So, you know, did they really put in the effort that they would normally put in? Probably not. However, you don't want to be playing catch-up at this stage. You know, you don't want to be losing ground, kind of like what happens with Celtic and Glasgow Rangers last weekend. You don't want that to be happening. We saw last night Manchester City, they dealt with Burnley well, didn't they? We knew they would. Arsenal, the pressure's already on them to get these 3 points to keep up with Manchester City. Who would have thought we were saying that after the first game week? Nottingham Forest, trying to bring in a few new acquisitions, but a few of them won't be ready as of yet. A couple of injuries coming into this game. Arsenal are buoyant after that Community Shield victory. Should be taking that into this game, and they should be getting that victory. Although I don't think they're going to be taking Nottingham Forest apart. But there's one guy who there's going to be a lot of pressure on. I can see him being doubled up upon throughout the majority of this season. He's the first part of this prediction, and his name is Bukayo Saka. Not sure if he's going to score, but regardless of him being doubled up upon or what have you, he's still going to get himself in positions. And the first part of the prediction is for him to get a shot on target. Just one shot on target, okay? I'm looking at him to get one shot on target combined with there being less than 5 goals in the match in total. So Bukayo Saka just to have a shot on target. I don't care if it's a penalty, I don't care if it's a free kick, I don't care what it is. Just have a shot on target and under 5 goals in the match in total. And the odds for that is more than double your money at 2.10. Second match I'm going to be looking at is Brighton and Hove Albion versus the newly promoted Luton, the Hatters, okay? Now, in regards to this one, a lot of people are talking about Brighton and their risky football, playing out from the back the way that they do. They don't care. They seem to just go back and revert back to it time and time and time again. And you know what? At some point, I do feel that they're going to get caught out. Against Luton, I'm not sure whether that's going to be the case. What am I looking at as far as this game's concerned? Luton have come up. They're gonna know, it's no secret that they're gonna have to try and keep things tight away from home. And that's exactly how I feel that they're gonna play. I think they're gonna play with virtually 9 or 10 men behind the ball. And it's going to be up to Brighton to be really intricate to break them down with their pass and move game. Now, the way that I'm looking at it is it's going to be a pretty slow, annoying, frustrating first half for Brighton Hove Albion, and I think things are going to pick up in that second half. So with that being the case, the second prediction I'm looking at is half with most goals. I'm looking at the second half to have the most goals, and the odds for that is 2.00. Double your money, bang on. Third game I'm looking at is Sheffield United versus Crystal Palace. Sheffield United, again, newly promoted team coming back into the Premiership. Welcome back, Sheffield United. Going up against Crystal Palace. We know Wilfred Zaha has left. We know there's a lot of rumours about Elise possibly making his way over to West London, to Chelsea respectively, and what have you. Will Elise start today? Not quite sure. A lot of onus is going to be on the likes of Eze and Edouard, most likely, with Jordan Ayew coming in as well, and so on and so forth. Just feel like Crystal Palace and then now us in that Premier League is just going to be enough today, and I really feel like they're going to nullify Sheffield United at Bramall Lane, and I've just got a feeling that Crystal Palace are going to come away with a sneaky 1-0, 2-0 victory, actually. Not convincing. The score may say 2-0 or something, but I don't think it's going to be convincing, like, with the eye as you watch the game. But just got a feeling they're going to come away with a victory. With that being the case, I'm just looking at Crystal Palace to win the game. 2.37 is what we're looking at as far as Crystal Palace is concerned, just to win the game. And then finally, I'm looking at the evening game, Newcastle, St James's Park. Newcastle at home to Aston Villa. We saw in the pre-season cup, I don't know, in the States, they could not be separated whatsoever. What did they finish, 3-3 in the end or something along those lines? Here's the thing, Newcastle have brought in Tonali. Tonali, he's going to be like an Andrea Pirlo, a defensive midfielder who can play He's a defensive midfielder, playmaker. He's so difficult to get the ball off and what have you. I love his game. Newcastle need to make that decision still regarding Isaac and Wilson, who they're going to play up front. We know that their weak link, it's no secret, their weak link is always going to be that left-back position. Dan Burn and Matty Target, with the lack of pace that they both have. Will Newcastle be sorting that out in the summer? Well, I mean, not the summer, before the transfer window closes. Not quite sure. That's where you're going to expect Aston Villa to get the most joy, whether that's Diaby, whether that's Bailey, whether that's John McGinn, and what have you. Villa, we've seen a few injuries. Jacob Ramsey obviously out, penetrating through the middle. Buendia obviously out now for possibly the season, penetrating through the middle. They're going to have to think about this, and they're going to have to work hard here at St James's Park. However, the way that Emery plays, I expect them to score. I expect Newcastle to score. I expect this to be probably the most exciting game of the weekend, in all honesty, and the most competitive. So with that being the case, I'm looking at both teams to score, yes, and over 2 goals in the match, and the odds for that is also double your money, more than double your money at 2.05. So, quick recap in regards to what I'm looking at in the Premiership for Saturday. Arsenal versus Nottingham Forest, I'm looking at Bukayo Saka to have a shot on target with under 5 goals in the match in total. Odds for that 2.10. Brighton versus Luton, I'm looking at Luton to frustrate Brighton in that first half, and for the most goals in a half to be the second half. And the odds for that is double your money, bang on 2.00. Sheffield United versus Crystal Palace. I'm looking at Crystal Palace to come away with an away victory here. Odds are great, 2.37 for a Crystal Palace victory. And finally, Newcastle versus Aston Villa. I just don't know where this game's going to go. It could be another draw. It could be another high-scoring draw. I don't know. It could be 3-1 to one team, 3-1 to the other. I don't know what's going to happen. But what I do feel is that both teams are going to score, and there's going to be over 2 goals in the match in total. At least 3 goals is what I'm simply saying. And the odds for that is 2.05. So there you have it. That's what we're looking at as far as the matchups are concerned. Dr. Frank is signing out for now. Speak to you later. Bye-bye.